Cause when about the time I started this, I'd read this book, Outliers, and it talks about this thing. It's like the 10,000 hours rule. You need 10,000 hours to get mastery in a skill, and I mean the book was actually decent, but I kind of followed the whole 10,000 hour thing, and I feel like it's the reason I'm kind of in a rut right now with Guitar. I'm not very urged to pick it up. And it kind of became like a burden for me. Like, say I was out that day and I got home at like 5 o'clock, I would still have 5 hours of guitar to do, and it's just not really realistic in a normal day. Or like on days like that, and so I would be like, well, even if I did half an hour or an hour, it wouldn't. There would be no point because I wouldn't get my goal of 5 hours. So it's like the 1 hour or even 3 hours of practice is just as useless as doing zero. So I might as well just do zero, and then that kind of became apparent because the goal wasn't actually guitar related. The goal was time related, which isn't actually really good when you're trying to practice. Like, if you sit and noodle like a pentatonic scale for 5 hours and barely think about it and have a YouTube video in the background and watch that, you might get a little bit better, but it's like sitting for like 2 hours and like really focusing on one thing and like know what you're doing, structure it and show it that, then that's gonna be way more valuable than sitting for 5 hours doing something like mindlessly. So about a week or so ago, I got this other book, which I started reading. I've not actually finished it or really read too much of it, but I've kind of skimmed through and kind of looked at the ideas. It's literally by the guy who made the 10,000 hour rule, so it's kind of, useful. Like, he did the experiment or whatever and found out the whole thing. But he even says in this that it's actually not that useful. It's more deliberate practice, which is the useful thing. So you may have two questions: why did you change shirt, and what is deliberate practice? So I'll tell you what deliberate practice is. So it's basically just practice that's really focused, it's goal oriented, it's intentional, and it's slightly out of your comfort zone. What I mean by that is like say if you're doing something you've done a million times, then you're not like actually really focusing on it. You just like it's not like out of your comfort zone, so you're not like, it's not the only thing you're thinking about. But when you have something that's like quite hard for you, but not like stupidly hard where it's like pointless, that's the kind of thing you want to be like doing often, because that's when you're actually getting better and there's like no other thought in your mind, because that's like how focused you are. That's the kind of point of the deliberate practice. I've got a little rule book I've wrote here as well for me basically. So don't just sit and noodle. That's not practice really. That's just playing. You're not practicing anything. Do it in about 1 to 2 hours kind of block, because most people can't actually really focus for more than an hour or two. Realistically, like, try sit and focus on the same thing for like 4 hours, unless it's really like you're really interested in it. Then I mean that's great, but you don't have to set like these crazy goals, or you can even do like half an hour if that's how long you can focus. Don't distract yourself. Turn your phone off and don't put like a background YouTube video on. I had the bad habit of doing that. I'd be like practicing, but I'd just have a YouTube video on and I'd be watching that more than what I was actually doing, and you're not really learning anything. Write down what have I written down? Write down what and how long you're gonna do it. So say you want to practice, like, I'll make it really simple. Say you're doing it for an hour, you want to do 30 minutes of like, I don't know, skills, and then 30 minutes of like, I don't know, jazz, something weird like that. Just simple as that. And then you know what you're doing. Set the 30-minute timer. Do it. That's the only thing you're focused on. You're not like worrying about what you're gonna do. And then just set weekly, daily goals. So the kind of way I think of it is just set like your weekly goals at the start of the week, like do it on Sunday night or something, and then say Monday comes along, you've got your weekly goals. Write down on Monday sub goals related to your goals. So like say you want to learn, I don't know, all the notes on the strings. So on Monday your goal could just be learn the E string, and then Tuesday it would be Or if you want to learn like a song, just like a full song or like a solo, your Monday could be like learn the first like couple notes, first little bit of it, and then by the end of the week you've learned it, and it's easier like that rather than being like, today I'm going to learn this full solo and then you don't get around to doing it. So I'm recording this on a Sunday actually, like Sunday night conveniently, so I'm gonna probably write down my goal for this next week, and I'll do that right now actually, and you can do it if you want, if you're watching like on a Sunday or whenever, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna try record a video every week of just what I've done, to keep accountable just for this week. So like tomorrow on Monday I'll try to record like a quick video like, here's what I did. It'll be like, that's it. Alright, so I've written them weekly goals, and this will give you a rough kind of idea. So first one, wearing Slayer, the Show No Mercy album, just wearing all the songs in it. Pretty simple. And an example of doing a daily challenge for that is just, don't know, wearing the Antichrist and Die by the Sword. So that could be my challenge tomorrow. And then say I do 2 songs every day, or however many songs are in the album. By the end of the week, I can probably, hopefully, play the full album, you know. So simple like that. Wearing 3 to 5 shapes of harmonic minor scale. Pretty simple, just do a shape a day or something like that. Type of about wearing ear training for 5 minutes a day. I'm not really good at ear training, I've not really done it much. So 5 minutes a day is pretty easy goal. You just go walk, put it on like Spotify or something, you get little ear training videos. Practice the notes on the fretboard for 10 minutes every day. Pretty easy challenge as well. And then learn 1 to 3 new chords, which is a new kind of practice thing for me, because I don't really care about chords, to be honest, but it's cool when you like learn a new one. Pretty handy. So you should also write, which may help you with your goals, why you want to learn them. So like, why do I want to learn Show No Mercy album? Well, it's one of my favorite albums, and every time I've learned an album fully, it's always been really fun to just play from the start. So there's a reason, that's a reason to learn it. Or why do I want to learn 3 to 5 shapes of the harmonic minor scale? Because I like how it sounds in songs, so I'd like to be able to play it. Like, it could be something so simple as that, but just writing a why may help you, may remind you to do it. So see how it goes doing the whole deliberate practice thing, over the whole counting monotonously every hour and then missing it and then feeling like I've done nothing all day. See how it goes. Also, a thing that I learned or heard somewhere, some YouTube video, some guitar teacher guy said it was, if you don't know what you're practicing, or if you don't know what you practice today and you don't know what you're practicing tomorrow, then you're doing something wrong, which is what I've been kind of doing. So I'm going to try to keep on top of like goal-based practicing rather than just everywhere doing the same things and not actually practicing.